Welcome. We have CPI games coming up today. All right, let's take a look at the daily here first. So obviously, daily is retracing here a little bit. I don't see. Here's the thing. The thing is, I don't expect much to happen today during London. I mean, it's still pretty early at this point. We got London maybe like 2 hours, 2 hours, 1.5 hours. So let's take a look on the 4 hour time frame here. Looking at the 4 hour time frame, we are basically in this is support area we got at the same time. We have a resistance on the 4 hour. Let's take a look on the 1 hour time frame. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour candles are coming down to the support. But the interesting thing is, if you look at this 1 hour candle, if we zoom in over here, let me zoom in here a little bit. Let me show you what I'm looking at. So looking at the 1 hour, you can see how the 1 hour candle has closed below 2460. It has closed below 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1 hour candles that couldn't close below 2460. So we closed below 2460. Awesome. What does this mean on a smaller time frames? Let's take a look on the 30-minute. Now, looking at the 30-minute, we can now adjust our zones, and let's bring out this zone over here. We can see how to the left-hand side, the 30-minute candles could not close below 2460. But looking at this 30-minute, there was a huge rejection. So we've also left a wick, and this wick is, this is like a 43 pip wick. Now, the question is, are we going to create support and break above the high to continue pushing up? Because now we got a 38, 40 pip range for price to move up. Or are we going to close bearish, break below this low to continue filling this wick? That is the question that we have at this point. So this is the clean range we have. Obviously, we got CPI, so we don't know whether we will fill this range with CPI or what's going to happen. We just don't know that. Let's take a look on the 15-minute. Just going to take a little peek on the 15-minute time frame. So looking at the 15-minute time frame, since, we got pretty big ranges over here, 15-minute, 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 15-minute. Okay, let's zoom in over here now. Looking at the 15-minute, if we do break below these wicks, this is like a 33, 34 pip target to fill the wick as we move into, pre-London session volume. That's something that we could eye for if we do break below, this area right over here for price to move down. At the same time, looking for like a resistance here, but let's take a look on the 15-minute over here. I think a very solid resistance that we could form on the 15-minute could be somewhere, right over here. I mean, if we can even, I would want to say probably above these wicks would be safest. So I'm going to put a blue line right over here because now the analysis becomes a little bit tricky, right? So I'm looking at these wicks over here. These wicks around 2462 area, 24, let's say 63. If we can break above 2463, we got clean candles here to the left hand side, which we can continue to push up 66 pip range. And I think the only way we'll be able to push beyond these wicks is going to be CPI because it's a very clean range, very clean range. We can take a look on the 15-minute candles now, how the 15-minute candle is closing above the support. So then again, we need to break below these wicks 24.58.50 for price to push down 32 pip range. So we'll see what happens. Actually, we're going to do live stream for New York session today around 7:30 a.m. Eastern, for CPI special day. So we'll see how things goes. Let's take a look at pound yen. Pound yen daily. Oh, wow, look at that. Let's zoom in here on the daily time frame here a little bit. Let's zoom in here on the daily. Daily is trying to retrace here a little bit. Let's remove this zone and let's remove this zone here as well. Let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame looks like we are creating some sort of a resistance. We have a support down here in the 4-hour. We have to take a look at this zone on the 1-hour time frame now. I'm not going to do much analysis on the 4-hour, just going to focus on the 1 hour and then drop down to the 30-minute and 1-hour time frame. So obviously we got resistance. Seems like we got sort of like the same price action scenario like gold, you know. So obviously we got support form. You can see the candle's current close below 188,450, I guess. This is the new 30-minute candle forming now. Let's adjust these zones. Now we have a support on the 30-minute. We're breaking the high on the 30-minute to move up, you know. So, I mean, at this point, we don't have a volume session because we're waiting for pre-London, but looks like pound yen is breaking above this area in the first 1 minute. Now, the thing is, whenever you got price moving or breaking above in the first, you know, few seconds of the candle, almost 90% of the time there's going to be some sort of a retracement happening, you know. So I don't trust the breaks that happen in the first minute and the first few seconds, or even in the first 1 to 2 minutes. I don't trust those breaks. You know, wow, look at that volume coming in. Let's take a look on the gold over here. Yeah, gold is also breaking down. I mean, I would want this candle to close, to be honest, here on gold. I would want this candle to close to see how we're gonna break below these wicks, even looking at the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, it's happening in the first 1 to 2 minutes. So definitely we'll have to wait for the candle to close. But anyway, not going to be looking to take a trade during pre-London. I'm going to see you guys later on for the New York session, and then we'll see how CPI plays out. Wow, look at this thing go overhead. This has moved around 22, 23 pips in the first 1 to 2 minutes, and that's not normal for, you know, pound yen to move. Wow, look at that. Even on a 15-minute time frame, we're breaking above like, you know, this area right over here. But anyway, we'll see you guys later on for the New York session. Take care. Around 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Adios. We'll see you then.